Our patient today is a 49-year-old man with a past history of variceal bleed and portal hypertensive gastropathy. His primary complication of portal hypertension now is refractory ascites. He's requiring large volume paracentesis every week despite maximal medical therapy. That's 200 milligrams of furosemide a day and 200 milligrams of aldactone. He's had no episodes of portosystemic encephalopathy. His MELD is 12, his sodium MELD is 15. He has thrombocytopenia, and for that we've transfused him. His MR demonstrates a small shrunken liver surrounded by a large moat of ascites with a patent portal vein and massive splenomegaly. So we've laid out our procedure table, everything in stages for the procedure: contrast syringes, saline, our puncture needle, our introduction sheath. There's the colapinto needle with its sheath. I'll pretty much always exaggerate the bend that the kicks come with around my finger. This one has been enhanced to have a greater stiffness to the needle to be able to puncture through stiff parenchyma. So we have our guide wire down the inferior vena cava. We're going to dilate in advance of the outer sheath. And this is our 10 French tip sheath. All right, let's open our field to show us a little bit more to the right. Haskal's rule of tips number 1 is it's always higher than you think. The hepatic vein always seems to be about a full inner space higher than you would expect it on flora, but Haskal's rule number 2 is always keep the sheath down. There are about 5 different reasons during the case why we'd want to keep the sheath in the lowest position. And one of them is not to lose access while we're taking out the dilator. Later on, it's in order to assure that we can deliver our stent graft and our balloons, etc. At this point, we have the sheath in the inferior vena cava. Have we zeroed our transducer? Can we re-zero our, which is now open to air. I have that at atrial level. Okay, so our transducer's zeroed to air. We're on a CVP scale. I'm going to fill its chambers with saline. I will be prepared to measure our atrial pressure. All right, we're now measuring pressure exclusively from the sheath. Our lower inferior vena cava pressure is 15. And now we're going to leave the wire down and back the sheath up into the atrium, which is just off camera, which is fine. I know by the distance of where we're at, and we'll see what our initial atrial pressure is. His echo was normal. His ejection fraction was 50%. And yet we have an RA pressure of 14, which is surprisingly high. So that certainly reminds us that we want to keep our pressures, our infusion and fluids low, because we'll be increasing the atrial pressure by increasing the preload through the portosystemic shunt. So it's always a reminder to me to work with my sedation and anesthesia colleagues to make sure that the fluids are kept at low rates, and also we'll be assuring that he gets some diuresis as part of this procedure as well.